Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another pick a card reading, and I have two piles for you today. Before we get started, I do want to say that my computer fan does come on. So if you hear any noises, it's just my computer fan coming on. It will turn on and off, so please disregard that. So let's get started. You already know how I do. Okay. So I have these two piles, pile number one, pile number two. Please pick with your intuition, and I'm going to give you all a second to pick. All right, let's get started with pile number one. So who are you becoming pile number one? So I do have, excuse me, I need some more tea. Okay, so I do have some channeled messages that I wrote down. So that we're gonna go over the music first. So the music that I got for you, pile number one, is Ariana Grande, POV, Whitney Houston, I'm Every Woman, Janae Aiko, Define Me, a song called Girls Love Aaliyah, and then the last song is Drake, They Know. Okay, so I will have these in the description. So if you want to listen to these songs, or if you find confirmation in the messages, then they're for you. Then the messages that I actually got was somebody here is thinking about going to school. So whether you're going to a university, a community college, a tech school, a culinary school, an art school, or a cosmetology school, just please take what resonates here. And some of you may already be college students here. You may be going for a bachelor's degree or a master's or a PhD. Take what resonates. And the message here is to keep going. If you're in school, keep going. There's a deceased grandmother coming through as well, and they're rooting for you. That's something that I wrote down. And then the last thing was the last few things are breaking generational curses, and then you have rethinking romantic partners. Yeah, rethinking romantic partners and patterns in relationships. Okay, I was couldn't even read my own handwriting because I wrote it like so small on the borders. And then you have being mindful of who you give yourself to, okay, in terms of your body, your energy, your resources, all things like that. So those are the messages that I channeled. So let's get on to the reading, pile number one. So I just want to say thank you all for the lovely comments. And if you're a new subscriber here, hello, I'm Blossom and I'm your reader. So let's see, pile number one. Who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? Okay, so the first card we have for you, pile number one, is the Sun in reverse. So with the sun being in reverse, pile number one, you're becoming somebody that's more private. You're becoming somebody that is a bit more secretive. And this is not in a negative context. It's you becoming like this because you do have to protect your energy. You may have grown up around family members that were very enmeshed. And what I mean by very enmeshed is like when you tell them your business, it's like they go and tell everybody, and then everybody knows something that was really supposed to just stay between you and that person. And this is not just limited to family relationships. You could have experienced this with coworkers. You could have experienced this with a friend group, or wherever you were where there was a group involved. Like, you're becoming more mysterious to the point where people don't know how you're feeling because you don't tell them, because you know that they're going to tell other people. Okay, take what resonates. And some of you have become more quiet. You're becoming more observant, and you're not even really posting on social media like that. You're just really watching people to see who deserves your energy and who doesn't deserve your energy, who deserves access to you and who doesn't need that access to you. So you're getting better at listening more than you're talking, pile number one. You're becoming somebody that is a great listener here. Then you have the Six of Pentacles here. So, like I said, you're becoming somebody who's more aware of what they can give to other people. You're becoming aware of reciprocity and what that truly means, pile number one, because I feel like you used to think reciprocity was just as simple as giving somebody something and then them returning it, but you're realizing that reciprocity is key in life and there are ways to reciprocate, because you can't give somebody a Thanksgiving dinner and then they come back and give you some Pop Tarts. Even though they're giving you something, technically they're not fully reciprocating because that Thanksgiving dinner holds more weight than that box of Pop Tarts. Okay. I like using that analogy because I feel like people understand it better. So I think that that is a great way to put it. So you're understanding what reciprocity means. It's not really about what you're giving back, really. It's about how you're giving that back, because people will think that they're reciprocating, but they're not giving you as much as they could give you. You know what I'm saying? So you're becoming more aware of what's being given to you and what you give out to other people here. Okay, next card. So you have Cancer here. So you could be a Cancer, or you may have this in your birth chart. We have Gemini. You could be a Gemini. It could be in your birth chart. Take what resonates. And then we have Taurus. Okay. So please take what resonates. So with the Cancer energy, you're becoming somebody who is more, excuse me, y'all. I have to burp. You're becoming somebody who's decorating your home life. And what I mean by that is like you're becoming more interested in like mugs or coffee makers or pillows and rugs. Like you're getting more interested in home decor. That's what I was trying to say. You're becoming more interested in home decor. You may even be changing up your home right now, but I'm getting like this cozy energy from you, pal number one. Like I feel like you're doing more self-care practices. You're becoming somebody who is indulging in self-care. And this is never a bad thing, because when you take care of yourself, you grow as a person and you become a better person for yourself and those around you. So with this Cancer energy, you're taking care of yourself more. You're doing more self-care practices. You're making those face scrubs, you're taking those spiritual baths and showers. You're going to do yoga, you're going to work out, you are eating healthy. Like you're doing things that take care of you. You're writing down in your journal. And I feel like you're also being more compassionate to yourself when you do get triggered and when you feel heavy emotions. Like in the past, pound number one, you could have been somebody who was resentful towards yourself, or you felt embarrassed about your triggers, but now you're learning how to befriend them and be more comfortable with them instead of shaming them. So you have this Taurus energy here because you're becoming aware of your worth. You're becoming aware of your value. Okay, and you also could be cooking new foods here. You could be cooking foods that nourish you and uplift you. You could be cooking foods that are really healthy, or just foods that you really like. It doesn't even have to be super healthy. It could be, making yourself some chocolate chip cookies and just adding like little different things in there. Like you're experimenting more with food. You're figuring out what your body likes and what your body doesn't like. With this Gemini energy, you're becoming somebody here that wants to be a student, because Gemini energy is wanting to learn and wanting to grasp so many different concepts. So you're becoming somebody who wants to learn. You're becoming somebody who is open to being taught. That's why I said somebody here could be wanting to go back to school, or you are already in school. Okay. So the other energies, we have the sun. It's funny how you have the sun in reverse and then you have the sun again. So you're becoming somebody that is more confident in themselves. You're shining your light, but at the same time, you're private and you're moving in silence. So the things that you're doing, people have no idea. You just pop out with it. Pound number one, you're becoming somebody who just pop out with it, and period, because you have to move in silence. You have to do things that, work for you. Moving in silence is something that works for you because you get it done. Some people don't have to move in silence, but most of us do because we're surrounded by haters. That's just the truth. Whether it's family or not, people really are resentful of other people's success. That's why I advise you to move in silence, because you never know how people really feel about your success, and while they may be applauding you or cheering for you or saying that they're supporting you, they really feel some way behind the scenes. So that's why I say it's important to keep what you're doing to yourself, not only for that, but because people will steal your ideas. I've had people steal my ideas in my face, and it happens. So yeah, it's great to move in silence. So the next card, we have Venus. So again, you're doing more self-care practices. You're doing things that enrich you as a human being, as a soul. as a soul. Okay. I don't know why I said as a, I almost said like CEO, but I was trying to say soul. So you're doing things that enrich you as a soul, as a light being. Okay. And that's why rethinking romantic partners and patterns came up. And also being mindful of who you have sex with. You're becoming somebody who's more in tune with their emotions and their energy. So you know better than to give yourself to somebody that's not worthy, or you know better than to give yourself to somebody that's on a low vibration here. Okay. So you're becoming somebody that's more selective. Like you're not just accepting anybody in your love life. Okay. And it's an emphasis on the love life here because I feel like, pal number one, you may be interested in having a partnership in this lifetime, whether you want a monogamous partnership or a polyamorous partnership. Please take what resonates here. You're interested in having relationships in your life to help you to grow, because the word I keep saying is grow, grow, grow. So, pal number one, you're becoming somebody who is just growing. Okay. You're growing. You're becoming more of who you've always been. Okay, because you're shining your light and you're no longer hiding those parts of yourself that you deemed unacceptable. You're showing who you truly are. Then we have Mercury. So this goes with that Gemini energy because Mercury rules over Gemini and Virgo. Okay. So you're becoming a student. You want to learn more because Mercury is that planet of communication, technology, travel, intellect, but Mercury also rules over the mind here. So you're becoming somebody who is more expansive. You may be learning new languages here. You may be learning new subjects, new topics, things you can talk about. You may be reading new books. And some of you may like to write poetry here, or you like to write research papers. There's different things coming up with writing here. You may like to write song lyrics, but there's some writing qualities that you are diving into, whether you've already been a writer or you're just now getting into it. Like your writing qualities are growing, so you're becoming somebody who can write really well here, or you can fill out applications really well. Okay, you're growing and you're becoming more educated, and that is one of the key words. So let's look at the next card. So we have courage. Can't really see because the sun. Courage. You have flow. You have thriving. And then you have wonders. Okay, so this wonders card is like the mystery. So you are becoming somebody who's more private here. This is just reiterating that. And also, you're becoming more perceptive. Like, I feel like the reason why you've stopped talking and listening so much, pal number one, is because your intuition is becoming more and more powerful because there is an amethyst crystal here. And it's crazy because for pal number one, I put an amethyst crystal on here. Okay. So some of you, this may be your birth sign, you may be an Aquarius here. But for those of you who are not, this is just saying that you're tapping more into your intuition and your psychic ability. So you may even be a tarot reader watching this, or a Reiki healer, or you do something in the spiritual community. Okay. So you're becoming more private, but also more psychic. Because the reason why I say this is because you have a lot of purple energy here. So not only is that third eye energy, but that's crown chakra. So you're getting those downloads. That's why learning new things, it's going to come easy to you because you're open to it. Okay. Then you have the courage card. So you're becoming more courageous. You're doing things that people would talk about you for or would laugh at you for. So, for example, you could be in your 30s. That's what I wanted to mention. Somebody here may have had a Saturn return, okay? So you may be in your late 20s or your early 30s and you're going back to college. You may have people like, you're too old, or why are you doing that? Even if you're not going back to a university, you could be going to a cooking school, a cosmetology school, a tech school, whatever that is. Even those colleges that are online, like Platt College and things like that, like you're doing something to grow as an individual. You're doing something to make your life better for yourself and those around you. And you may have had people kind of try to like take you down a peg or put fear into your plans or just try to talk shit in general, because that's what people do when they don't have shit going on for themselves. They're going to talk shit about you. So you're being more courageous despite that, despite the naysayers. You're going beyond your limits here. And you're showing yourself, wow, I'm actually capable of much more than I thought. You're becoming more enthusiastic here. You're becoming more optimistic. You're becoming more patient with your goals because you know they're going to take time. You can't just plant a seed in the ground, expect it to grow today. Like it's going to take time to grow. And you're doing the same thing with yourself, pal number one. Like you're planting those seeds in different aspects of your life here. Some of you may even be making vision boards, or you may need to make a vision board so that you can know and map out the places that you want to go and things that you want to manifest. Then you have the flow card. So you're going with the flow. And this is not you just letting things just happen, like you're not taking any action. Like you are taking the action, but you're doing your part and you're letting spirit do their part, right? You're letting spirit bring things to you, but you're also doing the work for it to be brought to you. Okay, if that makes sense. And you have water here. These two water cards. So yes, you may be a water sign here, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but your intuition is more in tune. So don't be surprised like when things happen because you're becoming more intuitive. You could be the type of person that when somebody's calling you, you're like, I know exactly who this is, and you're right. The same thing can happen when somebody texting you. The same thing can happen over social media, or you could think about people, and next thing you know, you walk somewhere or you go somewhere and you see them. Like your psychic abilities are growing. Okay. And if you're a tarot reader, your abilities are growing to where you pulling out the cards and it's matching exactly what you say, or you could be saying something and as you're saying it, a card comes out with that exact word or that exact message. Okay, take what resonates here. It's a lot of good messages for you, pal number one. You also have thriving. So, pal number one, you are becoming somebody who is thriving. So, the more trusting you become of yourself and your intuition and what path you need to go down, the more you will thrive because you're following your vision. I feel like spirit is giving you those downloads for the things you need to do. And it's like you're resonating with it and connecting with them more. Like pal number one, you're becoming somebody who's not doubting themselves as much. You're not questioning yourself because you know that God slash spirit or whatever higher power you believe in is telling you that this is the path you need. Follow the path that makes you happy. Follow the path that brings you excitement. Follow the path that is authentic to you, regardless of how people around you see that, because they can't see the vision the spirit gave you. That's why it's your vision. So you have joy here. Like I said, you're becoming more enthusiastic. You're becoming more optimistic about life. You're finding joy even if you're not where you want to be exactly, you're still happy that you can get there. You're taking those baby steps to get there. Ups and downs. So you're becoming somebody who you're not so phased by having ups and downs in life because it's a natural part of life. If anything, you're taking the lessons that you learn from being in those down moments. So next time you get into another down moment, you know how to survive it. You know how to get out of it. You know how to heal through it. So you're not being phased by when things don't work out in your favor because you know that that means that something better is coming or an alternative method will be better. Like you're allowing yourself to look at things from many perspectives instead of just having this one perspective. Okay. Courage. You literally have courage twice. So you are becoming more courageous. Like I feel like pal number one, your motto could be life is too short. And you're damn right. It is too short. And it's also too long to live without doing the things that bring you that fulfillment. So you're becoming somebody who's doing things that brings them fulfillment. Even if planting a garden brings you fulfillment, you're doing that. Okay. Even if having a blog is fulfilling and you want to do that, like you're doing things that truly, truly, truly align with you. And that is a beautiful thing, pound number one. You also have options, okay? So this is what I was saying about not having that limited perspective and seeing things from different perspectives here. So you're also becoming somebody that is aware that life has many possibilities. So with this ups and downs card, this goes right with it. So even if things don't work out how you wanted to, there's so many different possibilities. It's like think of like possibilities as like probabilities, right? When we learned in class, like the probability of something being this or the probability of it being that, like that's how life is. It's never just this one outcome. There's many outcomes, and you're becoming somebody who's embracing the many outcomes. You're not just allowing yourself to stay stuck on one outcome, okay? The last few cards we have stars and timing. You're becoming more patient. You know that it takes time to achieve your goals. You know that it takes time to get through a college semester. You know that it takes time to put your dreams out there and put yourself out there, and you're allowing it to manifest. You're becoming somebody who's more patient. You're not looking for instant gratification and you're not rushing the process. You're actually enjoying the destination. I'm not the destination. I'm sorry, I mixed that up. You're enjoying the journey because it's not about the destination, but the journey. Because no matter what, you are going to reach the other side. But who you become in the process of that is amazing. Okay. Look, we have star blessings. So, pal number one, you are getting some blessings here for all the hard work that you've put in the past. I feel like you're going to start to receive recognition for what you're doing. If you're in college, you may receive scholarships and grants here. Whatever it is, I feel like you're going to receive some type of help that you need to further your goals and dreams. Okay. So then we have creative power. So you're becoming somebody who's very creative here. Like I did say, somebody may be going to art school. And even if you're not going to art school or just doing art, period, there's ways for you to be creative. And I feel like you're being more creative. Pal number one. You're finding ways to be creative in your own life. You're doing things that you want to do, and you're going against the grain as well, pal number one. You may be somebody that had to stick to a routine, but now you're changing things up for yourself and you see how it's helped you. So do things in a creative way, even if it doesn't align with what you've been taught or what people around you do. If it's working for you, do it. Okay. And I'm just drawn to this eye right here because it's giving me like third eye vibes. Your third eye is opening, pal number one. Look, we have energy healing. And the number two is here. So this reminds me of partnerships. So you want relationships that are healing or people that are on healing journeys like yourself. So pile number one, you're becoming somebody who is more conscious of who they're in a relationship with or who they're just bringing into their life because you literally cannot have everybody around you. And I say that because of the story of Shanquella Robinson. So she actually went to Mexico with her friends and she was murdered down there. And I do believe that it was a setup, and I do believe that they intentionally harmed her. And I feel like it just goes to show like we can't have everybody in our life. And when you feel those bad vibes, don't question it, just get out the way because God and spirit has better people to come into your life, people that are not going to make you feel like that, people that are going to love you, people that are going to root for you and celebrate you and do all of these things authentically. And not to say that it's just going to be perfect and there's never going to be conflict because conflict is a natural part of relationships, but it's just saying that these people are not intentionally trying to hurt you or these people are not enemies disguised as friends and boyfriend and girlfriend. That's what I'm trying to say here. So you're becoming somebody who's more conscious of who they're around. Okay. Okay. So with the Queen of Pentacles, pile number one, you're getting to the bag. Okay. You're getting to the bag and you're establishing a sense of worth here because pentacles, they deal with money, but they also deal with value. So you're becoming more aware of your value and what you bring to the table. You know that you're valuable and you don't let people play with that. Two of Cups being here when we talk about relationships. So you're being more conscious. You see how in the picture, like she's tied up and then this person is behind her. It's like you used to be in situations like this, but you're not. You're not going to be tied up. You're going to be facing that person. You're not going to turn away from it because oh my God. Okay, so there's a song by Mariah the Scientist coming up and it's called R.I.P. And in the line, she was like, I dream to be a fool. That way I wouldn't know what you do. That way you wouldn't know that I know what you do, right? And in that sense, all she's saying is like, I wish I didn't know that you were mistreating me and cheating on me behind my back because then I wouldn't be so hurt. And then I'm being taken to the movie, The Great Gatsby, if you've seen that movie where Daisy says that she wants her daughter to be a beautiful little fool so that she doesn't know, you know, the reality of when you're with, somebody and they're not loyal to you. So I feel like you could have been like that, pal number one. Like you could have seen the red flags in relationships and stayed. But now it's like you're no longer that person. When you see the red flags, you're out. And if you're not in that energy, pal number one, you will be soon because you deserve somebody that really loves you, that really cares about you, not somebody that's cheating on you behind your back and just doing all types of crazy shit. You don't deserve that, okay? Look, you have the Eight of Cups because you're walking away. You're walking away. You're becoming somebody that walks away. You don't care how long you've known people. If they're not giving you respect, if they're not celebrating you like you celebrate them, if they're not supporting you, if they're not giving you genuine love, then what's the point of being in the connection? Why would I be with somebody that's an enemy? No, you're walking away from what doesn't serve you. And you're not feeling bad about it. Excuse me. Pile number one, you're not feeling bad about it anymore. And you're not feeling bad about it because you know you've given people your all. You know that you weren't moving with bad intentions. So there's nothing to feel guilty about when you walk away. It's for the other person. And then the last card you have is the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So also with this pinnacle energy, it's giving grounding vibes. So you're becoming more grounded. You're becoming more secure within yourself here. With the Ace of Pentacles, again, you're getting to the bag. You could be making a lot of money here, but I feel like one of your blessings could be some money. And I always say the blessings don't have to be money, but in your case, pile number one, I do feel like you could be getting money, whether you get like a raise at your job, whether you actually find some money on the ground, or somebody gives you money here. Be on the lookout for that. Be mindful, because you have attracted that to you. You've attracted that to you, pile number one, because you started to see your value. And I feel like you've also been healing your relationship with money. And if you haven't, that's something that I would advise you to work on, pile number one, because the more that you see money as a currency, the more that it will come to you. Like, see money as an energy. I didn't mean to say currency. I meant to say energy. So the more that you see money as an energy, the more that you know how to connect with that energy, okay? And there's value in money, right? The same way that there's value in you, because it's still energy. So that's why you've been bringing these new things to you, these new beginnings, these blessings. You have a lot coming in for you, pal number one. Your ships are coming in. You have a lot of good energy here, okay? Stay in this energy and keep taking care of yourself. And we got these messages here. So these are some little messages that I have in my spirit jar. I don't really pull these out in readings, but I was advised to do that. So let's read them. So we have 333 community. Okay. So this is letting you know you're supported by your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, and you may be seeing 333 a lot. You are psychic, like I was saying. Some of you could be tarot readers here or just in the spiritual community. And even if you're not a tarot reader, you still have these qualities to you, okay? Because we all have psychic abilities. We just have different ways of illustrating them. 1010, you broke a cycle, and we were talking about breaking generational curses. Okay, so pattern number one, you're becoming someone who is breaking these generational cycles and curses. Enjoy your own company. So path number one, you're becoming somebody who's enjoying their solitude, who's enjoying their period of being alone, because you're not lonely. You're learning that being alone and being lonely are not synonymous, because you could be around a lot of people and be alone. So it has nothing to do with who's around you. It's just you being able to enjoy your own company and fill up that silence. And then the last that we have is your feelings are valid. So, pal number one, you're becoming somebody who's nurturing their feelings, okay? Because you know that how you feel is valid. Regardless if people don't understand or they don't agree, how you feel matters, okay? Okay, pal number one, that was your reading. Thank you for coming to this reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you felt. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And we're going to move on to pile number two. Get these cards out the way. Okay, pile number two. There we go. Pile number two. So, who are you becoming, pile number two? So, let me read the channel messages. So, I do have some songs. Okay, so you have a song by Beyonce. It's called I've Been On / Bow Down. You also have another song by Beyonce called Flawless. And somebody here is a Virgo for sure, because there was two Beyonce songs that came up, and Beyonce is a Virgo. So you may be a Virgo, or that may be in your birth chart here. Then we have Cash Shit by Megan Thee Stallion. Then there's a poem, one of my favorites, that came to me while channeling these messages, titled Pour Out by Raina Biddy. And then the messages that you have, pile number two, are you're becoming more in tune and confident. about your sexuality. You're more gentle and attentive with yourself, your inner child, and the children around you. So this may be nieces, nephews, cousins, siblings, and also your own children if you're a parent here. And you're becoming more in tune with your emotions overall. Got some more. You are only given to those who deserve it. You're healing from past relationships and you're ready to begin new and healthy relationships. And you are dating yourself and or others here, okay? So those are the channeled messages. So let's get into the reading. I have a lapis crystal here, so lapis may mean something to you. Pile number 2. But yeah, let's get started. So the first card that came out was Oba, and this actually came out in another reading. So this was about sacrificing, because in the story with the Orishas, if you're into the Orishas in the Yoruba religion, Oba, she actually cut off her ear for Shango, which was her husband, and she thought that by doing this it would make him love her more, but he actually broke up with her. So with this card coming out, I'm actually getting the opposite meaning. Like, you're not sacrificing yourself anymore, pile number 2. You're not putting yourself last anymore. Because you've realized is that when you put yourself last, that sends a message to the universe and also to other people around you that you want to be last. A lot of times we think putting other people before us is a good quality. It shows humility. It shows that you're a good person. But a lot of times what that does is make people use you and overlook you and take advantage of you. So it's not good to always put other people before yourself. In some cases, we may have to. Some parents, sometimes they have to put their children before themselves. But in other instances where you don't have children, you don't have to put other people before yourself, because the only person you're responsible for is you. So you're learning that you don't have to sacrifice yourself for others in order to be worthy of love, in order to be respected, in order to be celebrated. You don't have to go overboard. You don't have to overwater that plant. You're learning that you don't have to overgive in order to receive, okay? You're becoming somebody that is no longer sacrificing themselves for others. With the Yanza card being here, this is Oya, and she's also a part of the Orishas, and she's known to rule over the winds and the lightning and the thunder, and she can represent anger sometimes. So with it being in reverse, is you're learning how to control your anger, pile number 2. You are becoming somebody who doesn't let people get them out of character. You're no longer reacting to the bullshit. You're just looking at people and you're going on about your day because you know that people are looking for a reaction and you're not giving them one. You're not giving them one. Let's see. We have Uranus and Luna and Mars. Okay, so with this Mars energy here, you're no longer letting people get you out of character. You're becoming somebody who's taking that energy and utilizing it for the right reason. So you're taking that energy you feel from being angry and putting it into your art, putting it into your business, putting it into your creative presentations or whatever it is that you like to do. Some of you may be digital artists here or do something online, but you're putting those emotions, you're alchemizing them. Power number 2, you're alchemizing your anger and using it to create something beautiful. And you're no longer allowing people to just trigger you and get you out of character. You're not becoming that person that's going to send people a long paragraph. You're going to be like, okay, thumbs up, or you might not even reply at all because you're no longer giving your energy. Because a lot of times people will upset you for the main purpose of taking your energy, and you're no longer giving people the satisfaction. So with the Uranus card being here, you're being more rebellious and you're doing things that you wouldn't normally do. And you're becoming more free. You're becoming more free spirited, pile number 2. Like, you're not caring about the judgment because you understand that no matter what you do in life, whether you follow the rules and conform to society or be authentic and be free, people are still going to talk about you. They're going to put their judgments and opinions, but it doesn't matter because it's not an accurate representation of who you are, okay? Then you have Luna. So you're being more in tune with your emotions and also more in tune with your children and your inner child here. You're speaking to yourself from a place of love. You could have a harsh inner critic, pile number 2, but you're learning how to speak to yourself with love, speak to your inner child with love, and speak to your children more with love, because that is going to get a better response than speaking to yourself harshly. So you have Aries here, and you have Libra. So if you know anything about astrology, you know Aries and Libra are sister signs here. So they're usually in opposition. So you're becoming somebody that's more balanced, right? You're becoming more balanced in terms of emotions, giving and receiving, and just different things because you're learning that things have dual natures to them. We have light and dark, we have night and day, we have left and right, we have up and down. So you're becoming more in tune with the duality of life. You're becoming more in tune with your divine feminine and divine masculine. But with this Libra energy, you're becoming more ready. Like, and when I say ready, I feel like you've done a lot of inner work, a lot of shadow work in order to reach where you are now, because I feel like you want a relationship. You want a healthy relationship where you're going to be honest with the person. You're not going to play games. Like, you're really becoming somebody that wants good people around them, wants to be with good people. Like, you're craving that. And you're becoming somebody that is a good partner. You're becoming somebody that is a team player, okay? And with the Libra being there, also, you may be doing something different with your aesthetic here. You could be changing up your hairstyles here, getting your nails done a different way, but there's something that you're doing for yourself. Like, you may have a beauty routine that you've changed or a makeup routine that you've changed here, and it's noticeable. You're becoming somebody that's more creative in their beauty and unique within their beauty, okay? With the Aries card being here, you're becoming more goal driven. You're becoming more assertive. You're putting your foot down. So the things that you used to tolerate in the past, pile number two, you're no longer tolerating that. You're no longer allowing people to just treat you however they want to be treated. Because once they step out of line, pile number two, you're kicking them out. You're becoming somebody that you're not allowing to give people. You're not allowing people to stay in your life to disrespect you, and you're not going to keep giving them chances. I feel like you're going to give them one chance and that's it. And I feel like you're just becoming more strict with the people that you have in your life because you've had a lot of people that have played in your face, that have, done things to you that they shouldn't have done, that have betrayed you, that have backstabbed you, that have talked shit about you, and you're realizing what you're worth, and you're realizing that you don't deserve that. With the Capricorn, yeah, you're being, like I said, you're becoming more strict because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And if you know anything about Saturn, Saturn is one of those planets that does not play, okay? So you're becoming more strict with who you allow into your life, but you're also becoming more strict in terms of following your goals and staying on a path. You're becoming more disciplined, pile number two. You're becoming somebody that is more disciplined. You're following the standards that you set for yourself. You're not making them too high, but you're making them reachable. Okay, so you also have love. So yeah, you're loving yourself and you're ready to share yourself with someone, pie number two. You're becoming somebody that, you're healing from past relationships and you want fresh, new, vibrant, and amazing relationships in your life. And you are attracting that to you, pile number two. You are attracting that because you have a lot here that talks about that in the cards already. You've blossomed into a new person here because your energy is giving me like springtime vibes. So you're definitely being rebirthed into a new person. So the next card that we have is release. Yes, that's the reason why you're wanting fresh new energy because you're releasing the past. You're releasing past thoughts, past people, past relationships, like past versions of yourself. While those versions of yourself helped you to survive, they're not a permanent reflection of you because we're always growing. We're always expanding, okay? You're releasing what no longer serves you. Then you have success. So whatever you're doing, pile number two, you're going to be successful at it. Whether you have an online business, whether you're making a store, whether you're selling courses online or teaching courses online, there's so many different things here, but I really get the energy of somebody doing something online, whether you make podcasts or you do reaction videos. You could be a YouTuber here. You may have a Patreon, but there's something that you're doing where you're getting monetized for it online, or it could even be in person. This doesn't have to be online. But whatever you're doing, whatever business you have, or whatever goals you're striving for, they're going to be successful. You're going to be successful. You're going to be able to attain these goals. And it might not be in the way that you imagined it to be, but you're going to reach your goals. Okay. You're going to be able to cross it off the list because you're going to be successful. Save this video. Okay. So when you come back, you're like, see, that's the confirmation. That is. So you have going forward. So yes, it's like you're on a new path, pal number two. Like you're starting fresh. You're starting over. You're starting over with a clean slate, a clean heart, and a clean mind. Okay, you're becoming somebody that is a new person. You're becoming somebody that is being rejuvenated and refreshed for life. You're actually learning how to live life because one thing that Nicki Minaj says, she says everybody dies but not everybody lives, and that is a true statement. A lot of times we could just be living in survival, living to protect ourselves so people won't get hurt, or just living from paycheck to paycheck. And pound number one, you're evolving out of that matrix. Okay, you're becoming somebody that's living for you, living to be happy, not living in fear anymore. Okay, not living in the darkness anymore. So then we have communication, ideal partnership, follow your heart, friendliness, and manifestation. So you're manifesting great things for yourself. Pound number two, you have a lot of green here. Like a lot of things are green. So you're becoming somebody that is operating from a heart chakra space. You're moving with love. You're becoming somebody that moves with love. Okay. And you're manifesting great things. You're manifesting great people. So keep up the good work and keep your thoughts positive. Even when you have those doubts, because we're human, we're going to have those doubts because we could be thinking, like, how could I have that? But why not? Pound number two, why couldn't you have that? A lot of times we think that in order to have something or to be worthy of something, we have to look a certain way, make a certain amount of money. But no, you only have to be who you are because you're deserving as you are. Okay. With the friendliness card being here, you're learning because you have the ideal partnership and friendliness. So you're attracting good, healthy partners, but also good, healthy friends. Okay. You're becoming somebody that you're giving the right people the right time. I feel like pound number two, you used to could have accepted anybody. Like you could have been accepting of anybody, but now you're knowing who could be in your life and who cannot. Like kind of like pound number one, you're learning who you need to reciprocate to and who doesn't. Okay. But with the ideal partnership, it's like so cute because it's wine and cheese. So some of you may like to drink wine and cheese, or you may be French here, okay? Or you may be taking French, but there's something with that. And also it says 2010. So 2010 could be a very prominent year for somebody or just a significant year here. Please take what resonates because this may not resonate for everyone. And let's look at the picture. You can see the ring. So some of you may be manifesting marriage here. You may be wanting marriage, and that's something that is going to be successful. The more you keep thinking positive, the more you're going to attract that because I'm pretty sure the person you're attracting, they also want the same thing. That's why you're going to be a vibrational match. It's kind of like magnets coming together because they're on the same frequency, the same vibration, okay? With this friendliness card, you're actually going out to talk to people. You're becoming somebody who's stepping out of their shell and actually talking to people to see, okay, can this person be my friend? Like, I feel like you probably used to just wait for people to come to you, pound number two, or you was just more quiet and reserved. But now you're just stepping out of your shell and actually meeting people because sometimes it just takes you getting out of your shell and starting that conversation to build a good friendship, okay? Then we have follow your heart. So like I said, you're moving from the heart center. You're becoming somebody that is moving from the heart, moving with love. And that's why you're going to be attracting love to you. Okay. And you're doing things that bring you actual fulfillment, actual joy. You're doing things that your heart is actually calling you to do. So, pound number two, you're becoming somebody who is more in alignment with their life's path and who they're supposed to be and their life's mission overall. You have the communication card because you're learning how to communicate. You're learning how to talk to people. You're becoming more articulate. You're learning how to ask for what you want and what you need, especially in terms of relationships. Because path number two, you could have been somebody who didn't know how to ask for what you need, or you didn't even know what you need, but now you know what you need in friendships and relationships, and you're better able to communicate that when you come into union with someone. So with the last couple of cards here, we have alchemy and creation. So yeah, like I was saying in the beginning, like you know how to alchemize your emotions and your anger and putting it into your goals. And you could even be somebody who, when they get angry, they work out, and you go work out and you get a good workout from that anger. And you see that over time you've transitioned your body through alchemizing that anger, and that is amazing. So you're becoming somebody who knows how to change the course of the way your emotions flow. So instead of them being so turbulent and all over the place, you're it's like you're taking your emotions and just going like this with them and putting them in a ball and then putting them in yourself and letting it alchemize. So for example, let's say you take your emotions and you put it in yourself and you work out. You've alchemized that emotion to where it actually benefited you. You know, you transitioned it, you know? Or let's say you take that anger, right, and you put it into your business, right, and it blows up. You know, you get more people liking your page, following your page, or you get more customers because you put that energy into useful places. It's the same way when people have, you know, orgasms. You know, there are some people that when they orgasm, they use it to manifest, right? So you could also do that with your emotions. You can alchemize them, especially when they're heavier or denser emotions, and utilize them for something good. Then you have magical protection. So you're protecting your energy more here. Some of you could be a Scorpio with the scorpion up there, but you're protecting your energy more. You're becoming somebody who's more protective of their assets and over themselves. Like you're not going to just give yourself to anybody. You're not just going to go out there and talk to anybody. Like you're more selective. Even though you are becoming somebody who communicates more, you're also feeling energy and knowing who can I have a conversation with and who can I not, you know, because you can't just have a conversation with everybody. So you're becoming more mindful of the energies that you approach as well, pile number two. With soul healing, you are healing on a soul level. Pile number two. That's why you've been reborn. That's why some of you could, let's say, for example, you're religious, you could go get baptized or you're going to church. You know, some of you could have accepted Jesus into your heart here or whatever resonates with you. You could also, it could be reversed. You could have been religious and now you're becoming spiritual. So please take what resonates here. So you're healing. With that full moons are all about release. You're releasing the pain, the trauma, the agony, because I feel like you're ready for a new leaf to turn over, pound number two. Like you're ready for a new chapter in your life. You're ready to turn that page and you're ready to open up new doors and close the old ones. Okay, you're becoming somebody that's more refined. Ooh, spiritual transformation. Yes. You are becoming spiritually transformed. That's why you're a new person. That's why I was getting a lot of spring energy, because in the spring, everything is reborn. You're becoming more spiritual, but also you're becoming more in tune with God, with spirit. So if you're religious, you're becoming more in tune with your religion. If you're spiritual, you're becoming more in tune with your spirituality and the higher forces, okay? Take what resonates because it could be either way. And with the last couple of cards, we have the Four of Swords. So you're becoming somebody that's more in their own energy. That's why you're becoming more protective. You know, you could be spending more time alone and just valuing that time because God is speaking to you, Spirit is speaking to you. I really get this peaceful energy from you, pound number two. Peaceful. With the Page of Swords being here, yes, you are becoming more communicative. But anytime a page comes out in a tarot reading, page represents new beginnings. But you have new beginnings in terms of communication, but you're communicating in a new way. So ways you used to communicate, you're no longer communicating in that style. You're communicating in a more assertive tone. You're not going to say things like, well, you kind of made me feel like. You're saying, no, you made me feel like. You're no longer saying I kind of or a little bit. Like you're taking those filler words out and actually letting people know how you feel, actually letting them know the severity of their actions. You're becoming more assertive in terms of your communication and your speech here, okay? You're speaking from a place of love also. You're changing up the way you speak because it's going to be more receptive to other people. In the past, you probably didn't speak up as much, or when you did, it was probably in a very angry way, so it wasn't received well. So now you're shifting how you communicate here. With the Seven of Wands, it's like Like I said from the beginning, like, you're not allowing people to get you out of character. I feel like people have tried to put you in this Seven of Wands energy, in this chaotic energy. So people could have put you in drama, or if you said something, you said your opinion, they put it in something that you didn't say. So, for example, people will come around you talking about other people. And if you say how you feel about that person or a situation, it's like they go back and tell that person and then start some drama between y'all two when really it was that person asking you, not you just talking about somebody. And sometimes it's not even that you're talking about people. It's just people are instigators and they're looking for anybody to bring into drama. It don't even you don't even have to have said anything. It could just be somebody lying on you here. And you're no longer allowing people like this to get you riled up and get you out of character because they're petty. This is very immature, childish energy, very clique-like energy. You could have dealt with being in cliques, and you're no longer a part of the group. So now they want to talk about you. Now they want to laugh at you, but it doesn't matter because you're growing. You're expanding beyond the limits of these people. They can't even get out of the box. These people have crab in a barrel syndrome to where they try to pull you down, but it's not going to work because you're being uplifted to such a high vibration that they cannot reach you because they're intimidated. People like this like to stay on low vibrations anyway because it's where they feel more comfortable and they can relate to people without having to grow or do the work. Some people are lazy. Some people say they want things in life but don't work for them. But you're not in this energy anymore, pile number two. You're letting it go. You're letting people talk because you know that life is meaningful and you shouldn't waste your life worrying about people who talk about you who don't like you. Because what we put out comes back. So these same people who talk about you, laugh at you, throw dirt, karma, karma, what you put out, you get back. So these people want to put out bad vibes and talk about you. These are the same people that they wonder why they're stuck. They wonder why they're stressed. They wonder why they're depressed because they're putting that energy out onto others. So don't worry about reacting to these people, pal number two. I know you may want to, you may want to set the record straight, but let God set it straight. Let spirit set it straight because karma is a dish best served cold and also by the most high because spirit knows these people better than we do. So the karma that they get assigned is right. It's right, rightly so. Okay. So don't waste your time worrying about these people. I know it can be hurtful. I know it can be annoying, but don't give your energy to them. They don't deserve it. The last card that you have is the Wheel of Fortune. So I love this card because it just shows that you can create your own reality and you have the manifestation card. So, pile number two, you literally can manifest whatever it is that you want. You have to believe in it. Pile number two, I feel like you would benefit from watching videos about the law of assumption. And that says that if when you assume something to be true over time, it feels true, right? So when you assume that you're going to have a positive life and positive people, it comes true because our brain it doesn't really know the difference between what's real and what's fake or what's here and what's not here. That's why our brain can transcend the past and the present and the future because it's all happening simultaneously. Okay, so with the Wheel of Fortune being here, you're becoming somebody who's creating their own path. You're becoming somebody who's making things work for them. Okay, you're becoming somebody that you're creating this path that, yeah, literally. I had to think about it because I'm like, didn't I see a card like that? Literally. You're creating a new path for yourself. You're making things happen for yourself that maybe in the past you thought were unfathomable or unreachable, but you're realizing that you can go past those limits. Okay? You're realizing that good things can happen to you. You're realizing that you can succeed and that you can be happy. Those are not things that are a figment of your imagination, but actually rooted in reality. Okay? So for your final messages, pile number two, we have Spirit got you. So if you've been worried about anything, just know the Spirit has your back. Okay? You're not alone. You have get dressed up, get dolled up. So with that Libra energy, like I was saying, you may be changing something up with your aesthetic, but maybe even in the way that you dress. So you may benefit from getting some new clothes here because it'll be new energy. And look, you deserve love despite your mistakes. So yes, pile number two, like you're deserving of healthy friendships and healthy relationships, regardless of what took place in your past. Even if you weren't the best partner or you had partners that weren't the best, it doesn't mean that those cycles are going to repeat, especially when you're doing the work to change those patterns. And I get that you've already done a lot of shadow work here, pal number two. So don't put yourself back in that energy because you're no longer in it. You have you are amazing, and then you have fuck how they feel. And I really get that it's these people right here, okay? Because I feel like these are people from your past that are coming into the reading, but they don't matter, pile number two. They don't, because they're gonna get dealt with. And some of these people are getting dealt with. That's why I feel like you may have been thinking about them, but it's because they're getting karma. Okay. That was your reading, pile number two. Thank you so, so much for supporting my channel, sending me love, and becoming a flower baby. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know how you like this reading. Share it with those you love. Peace.